Hello to my friends and my fellow souls. I am back to do a bit of a yes or no style reading. I have 5 different piles prepared here. And if you'd like, you're more than welcome to pause, take a moment. You can write down as many or as few questions as you like, and then pick a few piles or a pile to go with each of the questions. And I will show you the gemstones here. You're more than welcome. Just pause right here if you want to write down your questions first. And I'll move my hands out of the way so you can see everything. And then for those of us who are picking with gemstones, I have this beautiful blue cat's eye for pile number 1 with the Kawaii tarot. For pile number 2, this banded agate that looks like a heart with the Illuminated tarot down here. I don't know if it's focusing anymore. Hopefully it is. Anyways, pile number 3 with this, I believe this is also an agate, but it might be a piece of carnelian or something along those lines. This red stone, but I'm not sure what it is right now. Or the Kawaii tarot again. Number 4 with this hematite teardrop and the Illuminated tarot. And then this other piece of, I believe, a dyed agate piece. For pile number 5. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Go ahead and get your questions in, and then I will move everything aside so we can start with pile number 1 and move our way through the rest. Thank you so much for listening, and I have very much wanted to share my gratitude for all of the new subscribers to the channel. This is a brand new growing channel, so if you wouldn't mind subscribing or leaving a like, it would mean a lot to me. I really hope that this reading is helpful, and I will see you in your pile or piles. Hello, pile number 1. If you chose this blue cat's eye gem or the Kawaii tarot with pile number 1, these are your cards. We have the King of Cups reversed, the Empress, the 10 of Cups, the 6 of Cups reversed, and the Knight of Wands. So for your yes or no question in this case, I would say in most cases your answer will be unfortunately no, if only because it would bring on a whole bunch of very, very negative emotions, an overwhelming amount of negative emotions, and there's something about the situation that may not be right. As for those who it may be a yes for, that would be the people who have definitely done the work of making sure that this relationship or this particular thing, the cups seem to indicate possibly a relationship, but in this case I would say that if all the work has been done and all parties involved are of pure intent, then the answer would be a yes. In fact, it would be a yes with conditions still, as in to just take everything pretty slow and not go overboard in certain areas. But yes, overall the answer would be no. I also have 2 cards here from the Universe Has Your Back deck that I've pulled for you as well. We have, my happiness is a direct reflection of my level of faith in the universe, and through prayer and meditation I create a ripple effect in the world. Now, these 2 cards are really giving you advice in terms of whatever it is that you may need to let go of in this situation, or if it's something that is more of a negative with this no, then recognize that the universe will be carrying you through it. And if this is more of a positive no, then recognize that your happiness was already a direct result of you having faith in the universe to guide you through that. So try to nurture more of that, because that is a particular style of prayer and meditation, just being grateful to the universe for all the kindness and good things it provides. You do create a ripple effect of peace in the world that way. So I hope that this reading is helpful for you. If you are looking for any other questions to be answered, I will see you in the next reading. Otherwise, thank you very much for listening. I hope you enjoyed. And if you'd like to leave a comment about how it helped, or your thoughts on the reading, suggestions on more, please feel free to do so in the comments, or to subscribe if you'd like more. Thank you so much for your time, and I will see you in the next one. So for pile number 2, if you chose this agate piece. Or if you chose this Illuminated Tarot, I'll put your gem over there. These are the cards for your yes or no question that will be answered. We have the Two of Diamonds. We have the King of... I always forget what this is. Sorry about that. I'm trying to be quick with this. It's called Clubs. I keep forgetting. We have the King of Clubs. We have the Six of Hearts. We have the Four of Cups, or the Four of Hearts, and the Six of Clubs. For pile number 2, your answer is going to be both yes and no. There will be some things that will be unfortunate in relation to your question, like there will be some upheavals and there will be some changes. But that doesn't necessarily mean that everything is all bad, especially if you don't stay too attached to the things that like in this card here, we can see there's a bunch of plants that haven't grown, but there is one that has. So focusing on the plants that have grown in this instance would be your best option to keep your eyes away from most of the negative parts of this. So your answer is both yes and no. The yes is that you will have a lot more positivity coming through, especially with this being this Six of Hearts, which is cups, being higher in the suit than this. You will be progressing a bit further, and especially with this especially with this tower here. So I really think that you will be seeing that you can actually master a lot of these things, because in this case the tower is a part of the same deck as this King of Wands situation, so you will be able to have the mastery over the bad things that may be coming in as a result of this. So if it's a yes and a no, the negative things you will be able to handle, but you will end up with a sense of unity, with a sense of love involved in it, like just a pushing back to like a more childlike expression of yourself, someone that is able to see things from both sides and just to enjoy that kind of a concept. So that dichotomy, I guess, kind of a concept. So I hope that this helps. I will also pull 2 of these Universe Has Your Back cards for you, or I was hoping to do 1, but sometimes I get 2. Nope, we got 1 this time. The more energy and intention I bring to my faith, the more fearless and free I am. So keep this in mind as if you continue to focus on these flowers that are growing, you may find that these other ones start to grow as well. If there are things that you have to leave behind in this circumstance, you may find that once you start focusing on this, the other ones will slowly begin to grow over time. Additionally, you'll also find yourself free from having to worry about these particular things. So anyways, without going too much into detail, since I wanted these to be a bit short, that's the best that I can interpret these at the moment, other than to say that you are being encouraged to be as fearless as you can with this, because you know that there may be some negative involved in your situation coming up. And if you can't think of anything, then don't try to put it there, but just if something does happen later on, just recognize that you have the skills to handle it. Just stay calm and continue to try to handle what you can, because then you will see how fearless you can be as a result of how easily you handle the situation ahead of you. So I hope that helped. If you're here for multiple questions, I will go ahead and see you in the next question at this point. Other than that, thank you so much for listening. I very much appreciate your time. I hope that this helped a bit. And if you are curious about maybe having a particular reading tailored towards you, I do have personal readings available, as well as I'm more than welcome to take, as well as taking suggestions in the comments for certain types of videos as well. So feel free to share some of your thoughts or anything that you would like to see on the channel in the future. And with that, I will leave you there. Thank you so much for listening. Thank you for your time, and I wish you all the best. Hello to pile number 3, or if you chose this little agate carnelian type of stone. I'm not really sure what this is. If you can identify it, please let me know in the comments below. But it's just a reddish stone. We're going to place that over here for you. And then we have your answers to your yes or no question. You are the only pile that got 6 cards, so we will lay those out for you. We've got the Page of Coins in reverse, the Magician, the Page of Wands in reverse, the Five of Swords in reverse, the Two of Swords in reverse, and the Six of Swords. I would say this is a no, despite your best efforts. You have the opportunity to turn this no into a yes, but by doing so, you would probably end up really leaving some other people very sad. Like this guy in this image, you can see that they're like walking away crying. And this is like a huge cake. It would be easy enough to share it, is the image coming across here. As well as this Two of Swords, which seems to be something related to being caught between staying and leaving in a certain situation, or being caught between two bad decisions. So really your best option would be to say no in those situations. Maybe it is that you need to say no to something. If it's a question, I would lean towards the card saying to say no, if that was what you were asking about. And then we also have this Page of Coins and the Page of Wands in reverse. So there's like just some things that aren't getting through. Like there's emotions and there's messages that aren't getting through. And you seem to be handling yourself just fine. So it might be a no just in the context of the fact that it would be better for you to stay out of the situation. The Six of Swords is more about leaving and going on your own personal journey rather than continuing on with whatever this situation may refer to. So I will pull a few cards or a card from this The Universe Has Your Back deck as a message from the universe. Car speeding by. There you go. I choose to learn through love. And then I will also pull one more. My happiness is a direct reflection of my level of faith in the universe. And through prayer and meditation, I create a ripple effect of peace in the world. So some of you might have been from another pile as well and already asked another question. Again, in both these piles, the focus is going to be to learn through love. So if you're not really seeing what you want reflected back in the world around you, then focus on the things that you do love. Focus on the things that do bring you joy. And that happiness will continue to reinforce your faith until you are able to see a ripple effect of the things you want returning to you. It kind of resonates from one point to the other, to the point where you'll begin to see more manifestations of the things you would like to see in your life. So that's a really good place for all of you to start. So yeah, I would say this would be a no. Not really a conditional one in this case. It is really best to leave whatever this is behind, because there's a lot more love waiting for you in the future outside of this. So I hope that this is helpful to you. I really appreciate it. If you would like to answer another question, we still have a few piles ahead, so you're more than welcome to sit in and wait for those. Otherwise, if I'm leaving you here, then thank you so much for your time. I really appreciate you listening, and I really appreciate all of the likes, comments, subscriptions, and things like that. I very much appreciate each and every one, and I promise I will try to reply to as many as I can for as long as I possibly can. So feel free to leave one of those, and I'm happy to chat for a minute or two. And I also do have personal readings available as well if you go to my channel and check out my coffee page. Or if you just like to leave a tip, that's there as well. So I will leave it off at that. Thank you so much. Again, bye-bye, and take care. Hello to pile or question number 4. If you chose this hematite teardrop, I'll put that over there for you. It doesn't usually like to stand nicely, but that's okay. There we go. Thank you for that. And these are the answers to your question, your yes or no question. We have the 8 of spades, the 5 of hearts, the 10 of diamonds, the 10 of wands, and the 6 of, well, the 10 of wands, the 10 of spades, not spades, clubs, and the 6 of I am so bad with these names. I am still trying to learn the names of the regular playing cards. I am so sorry for stumbling over this. I'll just get to your answer on this. This would be like the 6 of swords. This is in reverse. You also have the 8 of swords. So there may be some nightmares and some negativity about this situation. You may have left a lot of things behind, but due to your hard work, your answer will probably be yes. Or most likely your answer will be whatever is in your favor. But I think, and this calls back to one of another reading, if you're doing multiple questions in a row here, then this imagery here, especially because I had mentioned in a previous pile about some flowers growing while they were left behind, and this card shows that all those flowers coming into life. So if this is a question about something that you had related to the previous reading, probably pile number 2, I would think, then this would be the reading that would tell you that those things will start to grow for sure. But the answer is a resounding yes in almost every single case, except for to note that, like, in terms of like leaving a situation, your nightmares may not come true when it comes to a particular situation, so it may not be necessary to leave. We did have a pile that was related to leaving, so if it's very back and forth on that, then it may be something that you have to do the hard work of deciding, especially with this 10 of Pentacles, which is, it has the opportunity of like 2 different cities. And it still has the same people, it has the kids, it has the dog, but which perspective would you prefer to live in would become a question for this pile. So I think whatever is the most ideal outcome for you, that's a good bird for confirmation, excuse me very much, but that is probably the thing that is going to happen here. Which could just be the thing that you are really hoping for in this situation, so don't give up on it just yet. My yes or no answers are not really super clear because they end up turning into like mini readings in a way, so I'm not really that concerned about it. But I'm gonna pull. I'm not that concerned about it being a little bit weird because they end up being a little bit more in depth for that reason. I am gonna, as I was saying, I was gonna pull out one of these Universe Has Your Back cards, which we just got. I surrender to a power greater than me. I choose to learn through love. And when I lean on certainty and faith, I change my mind about the world I see. So with these cards, the universe is telling you that you need to focus on surrendering to the love that is present. Focusing on, if you're going to do all this work, because the 10 of Wands is work that someone does because they really care about something, because they truly want to see it flourish one way or another, and you will start to see that flourishing happening. But in order for you to watch that growth happen over a long period of time, it will be necessary for you to focus on the little things and start to learn the difference between new growth and old growth, if that makes sense. To start to see the ways you're changing now versus the way you've been changing long term. And to notice that you are changing and growing in a multitude of ways, as well as everything else around you is changing and growing in a multitude of different ways. So focusing on changing your mind about that growth and watching it incrementally change, much like the colors on this crystal here, just the incremental changes flow into a pattern, which is that power that's greater than us, which is the flow of spirit, the flow of life, the flow of everything. Sorry, I had a minor interruption there, but it is the power that flows through everything, and that power is ultimately love. So once you start to see that growth in your life, once you start to see things changing for the better, you will eventually find that whatever is in your best interest here is going to be the outcome that occurs. And you will see, whether you choose to or not, you will end up surrendering to the fact that not to simply walk away from certain situations per se, but that there can be other solutions that are actually going to avoid some of the more frightening aspects that you may have considered in this question. So with that, I will leave you here for the time being. I really hope that this was helpful. If you're going on to the final question, then please feel free to move along. Otherwise, thank you so much for your time. I really, really appreciate it. If you'd like to leave a like, a comment, or a subscribe, I appreciate those very much as well. They help the channel grow. And if you are someone who is interested in leaving a tip or asking for a personal reading, I do have those available in my shop and the tip jar as well. You can get to that via the channel page. So you could just click on the channel and go to the coffee link there. So thank you again for your time. I hope that this helped, and I will see you again another time. Bye-bye. All right, so pile number 5. If you chose this Kawaii tarot with pile number 5, or if you chose this dyed agate, then this is the answer to your question. I have these 5 tarot cards here. That will be the answer here. We have the 10 of Wands in reverse, the Knight of Coins, the Ace of Cups, the 9 of Cups in reverse, and the Ace of Wands. So the answer to this question is probably going to be a no, but you are going to receive a new opportunity, a new beginning, in a multitude of different ways. We have both spirit and emotion here. You will eventually, with this Knight of Coins being very slow, you will eventually receive a better yes. So the answer is no right now, but you will eventually receive a better yes. I think I've said something similar in a previous pile. It might have been the first one, but this is the answer that I have for you today. I do think that there is a lot coming for you, though. Although you won't be able to have all this candy, which seems a little bit hard to carry, honestly, what you will be getting is all sorts of different other opportunities, as well as other, if you don't like carrots, don't worry about this, because I know he's holding a carrot there, but it's going to be something that you will actually genuinely appreciate as a new beginning. The 9 of Cups in reverse too refers to just maybe daydreaming too much and worrying too much about there's so many options, which entrance do you even go in this card. So instead of focusing on all of the different things that you might have had to hold on to here, it's saying no to all of that and to just focus on these new beginnings that are coming in. And then I will pull a few or one of these The Universe Has Your Back cards to add on to the reading. In any moment, I can surrender to the powerful presence of love through prayer, contemplation, and stillness. My vibes speak louder than my words, and happiness is my birthright. So at any point, whenever you want to, all you need to do is take a moment of stillness. If some of you came here from another reading, then I welcome you from the Hearing the Bell reading, which may come out after this one, but it's a little bit complicated with the way that this works with my computer. So if you ended up coming around that way, please leave a comment and let me know if you managed to circulate that way. It would be pretty funny. But taking that moment to return to yourself, taking a moment to really look inwards and still your mind, will 100% change the way that you view the situation. And it will also change the vibes of an entire room. So people, once you start to fall into a sense of happiness, once you start to fall into that presence of love, you will note that your vibes alone, just the energy that you give off, is what's going to bring these new opportunities towards you. And it could be because, again, we have the Wands and we have the Cups, which are both in reverse here. To some degree, it could be that there is a yes in here regardless. Even from the beginning, it's just going to take a lot of work and a really long time type of a yes. But specifically speaking, you can have so many new opportunities, whether they are refreshed opportunities of the same situation, or if they are brand new opportunities. But you will begin to see some really seriously new, wonderful things appearing in your life with the Ace of Cups and the Ace of Wands here. So I hope that this was helpful for you. If you enjoyed this reading, or if you stuck with me the whole way through, thank you so much for listening to this spiel every time. But I would love it if you were able to leave a like or drop a comment about what you thought about the reading, or if you'd like to see another one, any topics. Thank you so much again for your time, for your energy, for the space you've made for this reading. And I truly hope that I was able to help with this. So thank you again. I really appreciate it. Please take care. I would also like to give credit to Inno Witch, or I will leave the 2 channels down below as well for people who may want to know about this. She was the one who inspired me to do more of a yes or no reading. I know plenty of people have done this before, but I believe that she was the one who really pushed me into I should definitely give that a shot. I hope that this can live up to those sorts of expectations. She's actually excellent. So I highly recommend you check out her work if you're looking for more advice. But other than that, I will leave you there. I really appreciate it. Again, if you would like a personal reading, you're more than welcome to pop over to my coffee shop, which is on my channel page. So you can just click down there if you felt inclined. And I offer personal readings. I also have a tip jar available there as well. Thank you again. I really appreciate it. Take care, and I hope that everything works out for the absolute best that it can for you and for all piles. Namaste, and take care.